Is it a good place to make fast money? Does it take a lot of time? Like, what is your take on that?
Again, remember what I told you at the beginning. Life is a marathon. So, if I think you need to really do what you like. If you really have to look yourself in the mirror and look at what you like. And if you're into real estate, yes, you can make money fast. Maybe you get lucky and stuff like that. But I always recommend people learn from the best. Try to work for a company for a couple of years. That's going to give you the structure that you need to build these projects. You cannot go there, and start projects of this scale without having the basic structure. You need to understand how the projects get entitled, how the negotiations happen when you purchase a piece of land, how do you talk to lenders, who are the lenders, who are the attorneys. So I think particularly in real estate, the deals are big. You're talking millions of dollars. So I think it's very good to start, working for a company in development or getting your broker's license, and starting to learn the lingo, the language of the profession. This is a profession, so we're all professionals. We're all doing it to make money, but at the same time, we are doing it within the confines of our métier. Real estate is the biggest asset class in the world.
Yeah.
If you take all the real estate in the world and you put a value to it, it's much bigger than all the gold, than all the petrol, than all the gas,
Trillions
and all the
of
oil.
dollars.
So you're entering into a field where there is a lot of people already in. It's like not that you're like inventing code for an application and you're the only guy who does that. There's a lot of people and they're competing, and it's all relationship based. You need to know the lenders, you need to know the attorneys, you need to know the people in the city. So I always say, at least for me, it works. Maybe some other people that are more entrepreneurial just jump in and start doing it. From my personal experience, my years at Related were great. I really learned. I applied everything that I had learned as an architect, as a builder, and then all the stuff that I learned at MIT. I went to a company that is the best company in South Florida, and I could apply it, and I could work hand in hand, with great minds, the Matt Allens of this world, all the guys that you don't hear a lot from Related, but are the guys who are there crunching the numbers and working hard and making sure that the companies work.
How important it is, Carlos, networking in this game? So I'm just trying to, one of the things that I'm trying to help a lot of my audience is networking and telling them the importance of it. Like just how me and you met at an event, and now we have a conversation. You know me, I know you. I could potentially introduce you to some people. You can do the same. How important it is with that for you, and how would you tell the audience to network? Like, what are some of your networking tips?
It's very important. Again, I think networking is very important, but in my particular case, and I tell that to my kids, I tell them the most important thing is you arrive first at the office and you leave last. You put the hours, and people are going to, particularly when you're young, people are going to recognize that you're a guy that is willing to learn, that you're a guy that is willing to listen, and that you're a guy that is willing to sweat it, to put the hours. And people, see that, and then they help you. They help you. Life is there's a natural order. We all get older, so we all need somebody to do our job in a couple of years. So you need to have the patience, and you need to have the constancy, to be able to every day go there, be the first, live last, and put the hours and put the effort.